everybody, it's Mary. Welcome to another reading. Today we're going back to doing something a little different. Source Spirit moved me to read about Nicholas Godejohn, Gypsy Rose Blanchard's ex-boyfriend, who allegedly murdered DeeDee Blanchard, Gypsy Rose's mother. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that he did this alone, if he did it at all. Why is that important? Because Nicholas Godejohn is in jail for the rest of his life, and Gypsy Rose is out here in the world, free, living her best life and being kind of what it seems to me smug. So, you know, I want to know what's going on with Nicholas, and I want to know if he's ever going to get out of jail and if he's ever going to tell this truth. You know, he made a promise to Gypsy that he would, I don't know, keep a secret, something like that. And, you know, he's still in jail holding on to this secret. And it's like, why? His poor mother, you know, she was in recovery from addiction, and she's dead now. She either accidentally overdosed because she relapsed, or she intentionally killed herself. She can't handle Nicholas getting life in jail. And it's in a whole different state. She couldn't get there to visit him. And his mother was coming through as well. She was crying. So I'd like to know some more about this. Some of my subscribers would also like to know more about this. So here we go. This is a regular tarot deck. I'm calling this like the sun, you know, the action, the overt answers. Here is a shadow deck. We're going to find out what's not being said on the surface. We're going to pull some tea leaves to get some details. And as always, we've got my angel tarot deck. Angels channel through me. And let's see if they'll channel some messages today about Nicholas Godejohn. So let's get into this reading, shall we? More will be revealed. So what do we want to know about Nicholas Godejohn? What can we learn about what he's going through right now in jail? He spent about 10 years in jail, and he has a life sentence. So how is that working out for him? And is he ever going to get out of jail? What messages does the universe, does Source have for us? So we have a card, we have another card, and we have another card. And let's see. 5 is a good start. 5 is the number of change. So let's see. What's going on with Nicholas? What is this secret? Let's see. The Ace of Swords. Nice. The Ace of Wheels. Wow. He's being offered new beginnings. Let's see. The Queen of Wands. Excuse me, the Queen of Wheels. Be Pentacles in the regular deck. Rider-Waite deck. We have the Emperor. And we have the Six of Swords. Excuse me, the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's see what's going on. So right now, Nicholas is in jail. I think it's called Ceccoli, the jail that he's in. And so right now he has people who believe him, who believe that he did not allegedly schmurder DeeDee Blanchard. He has some good advocates on his side that are materially nurturing him. Like, he's got pretty decent commissary going on right now. He has people who send him material things, but they're offering him more than that. They're offering him a chance to have more tangible, like out in the world, not behind bars and not within his soul necessarily. But yeah, he's being offered, like, people are offering him, like, you know, the option of taking steps to appeal his case, to appeal to the emperor, which would be the court system. He's gonna have to go to, like, the highest court, not necessarily the Supreme Court, but he's gonna have to go through a lot of appellate courts to have his sentence revoked or reduced. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know exactly the right word, but for him to get out of jail early. And with the Seven of Swords here in reverse, yeah, it appears as if people are waking up to the truth. They're waking up to the truth. And Nicholas is as well. He is starting to recognize and accept the truth in his life, what his role was in his alleged role in the murder of DeeDee Blanchard. And the source, the universe, is behind him and is giving him this courage to tap into this clarity and truth. And they're offering him a more stable, balanced, how do I say this, just materially prosperous, whether it's, like I said, commissary behind bars. People are sending him little things that he would need, and he can have that as well on the outside of jail. They want to help him get out of jail. People on this earth, like me, I would like to know his truth. And the emperor is just, yeah, it just seems as if, you know, the emperor, the court systems, you know, his attorneys, advocates, you know, for mental health, especially. Nicholas is autistic, and so he has advocates on his side, and he needs to appeal to these people, to the court system. He needs to avail himself of the services of people who genuinely may be in the system, but who genuinely want to help him, offer him aid and comfort. He's getting, actually, this just came to me, he's getting counseling. I hear spiritual counseling, or he's examining his soul more, and he's moving away from the deception and the lie that, let's not say lie, let's say he's moving away from the deception and how he was used. He was literally used by Gypsy Rose Blanchard to allegedly schmurder her mother. And the truth is starting to come out on a grand scale. His lawyers, his advocates, the people who believe him and want to help him have a stable, prosperous life, Nicholas is starting to allow them to come in and face the truth. He's been in there for 10 years, you know. He asked the court for mercy when he was sentenced, and I don't believe being thrown into the deepest, darkest hole in a jail for the rest of your life is merciful. So let's see what's beneath the surface and what the secrets are that are going on with Nicholas Godejohn and Gypsy. What kind of promise did she have him make? What is this big, deep, dark secret that Nicholas said he would never, ever tell? Sorry, that's an extra card in the deck. What are these deep, dark secrets? What really happened between Nicholas and Gypsy? That's too many cards. What really happened? Maybe these two cards want to be heard. So let's do that. And I don't know, I'm being called to take one more card. Yeah, so what secrets? What is below the surface that is not being said or told or known to us with Nicholas? I'm hearing that he used to get beat up in jail a lot. I don't know why they'd beat him up. It's usually people who commit crimes against children and rape that get the hardest treatment by the other inmates. But no, Nicholas was, yeah, because I'm seeing him like a child in jail, and there are all these big bullies around him, and they're just like pushing him around, like literally as if he were blindfolded, like he was playing blind man's bluff, and he's being shoved from person to person much bigger than him. That's the image I see. But they're not like, they're emotionally hurting him. They're not like literally physically hurting him, which is good news. So let's see what's going on with shadows here. We have the ace of, the Pentacle of Cups. Sorry, the Page of Cups. Maybe this truth doesn't want to be seen, you know? So we'll see. But the Page of Cups is actually a really nice card. It would be great for Nicholas. You see, she's holding up her dress. The truth would come out. But also, the Page of Cups speaks again of new beginnings. We have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wheels. The Page card, you know, is the beginning of the court cards. And he, as a Page of Cups, he's being offered, again, gifts. The universe, Source, wants to help him get out of this situation that he's in jail for the rest of his life. He just has to reveal, you know, more of the truth. And these flying fishes, you know, they're symbolic of the little gifts of the universe, and like a little bit of magic, you know. What happened was, what Nicholas did with DeeDee was perhaps magical, but not in a positive light, in a very negative, dark way. Nicholas became involved in this whole horrible situation where DeeDee Blanchard was killed. Here's a little fact about me. I don't believe in killing people, period, for any reason, unless you have to, you know, protect your life. Like, someone's literally attacking you and you're protecting yourself. In my spiritual practice, I don't kill anything unless my life is directly threatened, or the lives of my family, in which case I still don't try to, my mind does not go to killing. It goes to, how can I protect my family and myself? So, yeah, so Nicholas is being offered this gift from Source of, again, a new beginning, blessings. What else is he being offered? Let me see what comes through. Advocates, I hear. Some lawyers. Even the court is interested to hear, will hear his case again. And yeah, this is somehow how it's magical in a sense. It's a happy surprise, because he just, normally someone sentenced to life in prison, no one's really going to try to fight to get them out. It's very rare. It's a very small percentage of people who go to jail to actually get out of jail with a life sentence, and then they happen to get out. You know, he's going to have to really work at it, and get in tune with the truth. And he is starting to, or he already has begun the process of, you know, not keeping things hidden. It's just this one secret that he swore he would keep, for Gypsy, and Gypsy could care less. I mean, she does care. She does care because, you know, what he knows could throw her back in jail. And I have seen that she will go back to jail for something. It could be something simple like tax evasion, but we're talking about an alleged murderer here. If someone would go that far, you know. So, but Nicholas right now is not open to receiving these gifts as much. He's a little closed down. He's a little blocked. But it's just a beginning. It's a beginning. It's a beginning. In fact, I'm hearing there's been many offers to him, people on his side, and he's having a hard time knowing who to believe. He was deceived. He was deceived, and he's having a hard time knowing who to trust and who to believe. See this bag of swords over here? He knows. He knows something that would exonerate him and get Gypsy in trouble. And back tied to that event, the murder of her mother. And, you know, she always talks about it. You know, it's, I don't know. She somehow manages to throw that into, even if she's talking about moving away from that phase of her life, she always she mentions it. So shadow side here, these cards are in reverse. So that's kind of good because this is shadow deck, and if they're in reverse, that means that, you know, things are working towards the positive light coming to the surface. So we have the Two of Wands. We have the Magician. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Nicholas has been thinking a lot about his options. He has done some reflection and examining his situation. I hear the word obsessed, like he constantly thinks about this, but I don't think that that's what the word obsession or obsessed means in this instance. I believe it means more that other people are obsessed with his situation. Like myself, I'm not obsessed, but I'm very concerned for him. And so behind closed doors, when no one's around, he does think about what happened that night that DeeDee was murdered. I don't see any cards here that indicate that he had any role to play in this other in the murder of DeeDee Blanchard, other than that he was deceived into doing this. And earlier I pulled the Lover's card, you know, and how did this happen? Because he had a relationship, a sexual romantic relationship with Gypsy Rose. What is going on in the shadows over here? Basically it's a blockage. If they all came out in reverse, it's a big blockage. We have the active side here with people wanting to help him. He does have help. He does have, you know, ramen noodles, and I don't know what else is on the commissary list at jail, but unfortunately I do know people who have gone to jail for minor offenses for short times. So I know about commissary because I could send things like to my brother, for example, who is active. I don't want to betray his anonymity, but let's just say I know people who have gone to jail for things and they're not 100% at fault because, yes, they have mental illness, and so they do things that they wouldn't normally do. Deception, lies, deceit, theft of the truth. That's what lying is, stealing the truth. The Emperor just straight up represents the government. You know, that's what's going on here. Up here, so Nicholas is taking a look at himself and his situation. You know, he's facing life in jail, or he's not facing it, it's been sentenced to that. And so the universe is offering him gifts, little happy surprises. He does see them. A sword of clarity and truth, St. Michael. The snake with, you know, more. Snake actually represents wisdom, but through wisdom, humanity fell, you know, when Eve ate of the tree of knowledge, you know, and wisdom. So this sword is starting to penetrate through the lies, through, you know, the deceit, through the facade of what has been told to us in the public, through social media, through news channels, and from Gypsy Rose's mouth. Nicholas doesn't speak out for himself. Nicholas has the power to tear, you know, to really blow the lid off this cage. He's in the cage. He's also the magician. Underneath it all, he does have the tools. He does have the resources. He does have the secret to exonerate himself and let the truth come to light. Get out of jail. He has everything he needs, including self-reflection. He knows what the truth is. He knows what's going on. He knows. But right now, for just right now, he's rejecting it. And also he's rejecting, as I mentioned, this help, including the sword. He is, the Six of Pentacles speaks to giving and receiving. It could be literal money. It could be, you know, giving and receiving so that your life is more harmonious and balanced. It could, in this case, it could speak to, as I mentioned, the gifts of the universe and the people who want to nurture him, help him, stand behind him, you know, really be there for him so he can dispel the lies and get out of jail. So these shadow cards are disturbing me that they're upside down. So let's ask the angels, what else can we discern from this situation with Nicholas? You know, I'm hearing he's suffering. Although I also hear he's like in a fog in jail. They've got him dosed up on medication. He's mostly living in his own mind. He's living in his own mind. See, he only sees himself in the mirror. And, you know, he might want to really look at the deception. He looks at himself. He's hard on himself in a way. He can be very hard on himself. He puts on a brave face. He has the tools. He has the secret. He has the key to let this bird fly. Birds represent angels. He's keeping that one deep dark secret locked up, and he puts on a face. He puts on a mask. He knows the truth. He knows what really happened that night. That DeeDee Blanchard was murdered. So we can ask the angels for a little more clarity. I'm not feeling it. What do we want to know? What do you want to say about Nicholas Godejohn, his situation in jail? You know, a lot of people with Gypsy, they don't think about Nicholas. They think about Ryan, Ken, the babies. What about how it all started? I wonder what's going on with that. We have the Seven of Earth. So, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. So, okay, so apparently, you know, despite Nicholas refusing the help that is being offered to him, he is starting the process of awakening to the truth, you know, and getting, but they've got him dosed up on medications that like makes his mind fuzzy. So the Seven of Earth or Pentacles speaks to a lot of patience. He's done work, he's doing work, and he's in little ways starting to reap the benefits. I just heard he accepts his life the way it is now, and that's his choice, but he's got people out here who want to help him away from that. The Ace of Pentacles, again, the Ace of Pentacles twice. He has material things. He has, like I said, commissary, you know, he might be a little too comfortable in jail at this point. I'm hearing, yeah, again, he's accepted his fate, and I could stop right there. But everything is fluid and changing in emotion on this planet, you know. So today he may feel this way. Whenever you see this reading on that particular day, maybe he's feeling that way. He accepts his fate. But, you know, check back in, I don't know, a year, and let's see, or 6 months, and let's see if he's still feeling that way. You know, we're human. We make choices. We take actions, or we don't, and then the future changes. The sun. Ah, beautiful. So ultimately, oh, look at where it's going to go over as well. The Emperor and, like, the people who support him. Right? He will be successful. The light is going to shine on the truth, for sure. Absolutely. This deception, which happens to be in reverse anyway, so the truth is coming out. Like, look at me doing this reading. Look at you watching it. Look at you caring. Right? The sun is going to come out. It's going to illuminate every corner of this situation as to why he's in jail for the rest of his life for his alleged role in the murder of DeeDee Blanchard. Okay, so ultimately, what I'm getting right now, even though he accepts his fate and there are people who want to help him, and they're giving him things. They're willing to set up funds for him, literal funding, like money, right? Or, you know, organizations, funds, you know, like nonprofits and things like that. They want to help him. He is receiving this help. He is absolutely receiving this help, even though he feels a little, you know, like, I don't want your help. I've accepted my fate. You know, he is starting to get, but again, this is his life in jail. So, and if that's what he's accepted, yeah, commissary looks pretty good, but there's more. But there is more. Did this angel card just flip out? No, this is before the Seven of Pentacles. So yes, if we want to know the truth, we need to be a little more patient ourselves. Like I said, Nicholas already is accepting his fate, but he's starting to wake up. He does examine himself privately, alone, quietly, which is nice, which is good, you know, that he's waking up to the truth. And ultimately the sun is going to shine on him. And I saw it just now, the prison gates are opening and he's walking out. He's got a paper bag in his hand. I don't know what's in it. He's hunched over. He's scared of the world outside jail, but he is being freed. Oh, and now I see some cars and some people. They're meeting him. They're picking him up. They're going to take him to some safe space, some safe place where he can start to get his life outside of prison back together again. Oh, and his mom just came in. Yeah, I just felt his mother. She's feeling a little better. She's sniffling. She was crying before, but now she's, her eyes are red from crying, but yeah, her tears have dried up. So, she's feeling a little better now. That's nice. I'm glad I could help Mrs. Godejohn, if that's her name for real. And we've got a tea leaf. Let's see if there's anything specifically more that you can find out about Nicholas and his situation. And we've got 3. 3 is the holy number. The beginning of a holy tetralogy. And believe me, when this comes to light, it'll be divine. It'll be holy. It will be the truth. The truth will set you free. So, And Gypsy doing a lot of not that. She's not telling the truth very much at all. It's her perceived truth. Funnel, a period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Yeah, so we all know he's in jail. Dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. Yes, he's in jail. And Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you, but in this case, we're reading about Nicholas. So, yes, family, whether it's me that I recognize this, that people should have an emotionally secure, loving family, that is important. This is not his family of origin, Nicholas's, okay? He is definitely frustrated. It's in reverse, but he's frustrated. The Magician, he has the key to get out. He can manifest this. It's in reverse. He somehow believes that, like I said, he accepts his fate at this point. But yeah, he's been in there for 10 years, of course. What's he going to do? Fight at this point? Like, fight the reality of where he is today. Yes, people want to help him. He does have a family, a loving family, not of DNA origin. People who genuinely want to help him. People and who are loving, nurturing, stable. They have the means and the money and the resources to get him hopefully out of jail or not served his entire life. And this is a very calm, stable energy. Right next to it, we have the sun, so the sun is very powerful. It's going to come in the end. In the end, he will be vindicated. Yeah, I'm seeing him lying on his bunk, and he's just like, right? And fears, worries, tense situations. Actually, I'm getting this not about Nicholas, but about Gypsy. If Nicholas opens his mouth and tells the truth, and gets away from the lies and deception, yeah, the light's gonna come out. This is the most positive card in the whole tarot deck. And it's number 19, which has to do, which is balance and harmony. Supposed to be the Emperor, which is, yes, the government, but look how stable it is. And he's got a green bow around his middle, which indicates the heart chakra, even though it's here around his middle. Something has to do with his healing. His heart will be his power, because it's resting against his solar plexus, the seat of power, which is also yellow in color. He might be there for, no, his case, it may take time. It will take time. Because we have the Seven of Pentacles here. It will take time for this process for him to ultimately get out of jail, but he will. I just don't have a clear picture of when. He's got to stop denying the gifts, stop denying himself, stop questioning himself, and speak his truth. And learn how to take the help that is being offered to him. He's not right now, not today, as of this reading. So I want to end this reading right now on the Sun card, because it's a beautiful thing to aim for, but it's already divinely ordered. And here we've got a butterfly here. Transformations, change. We've got sunflowers, prosperous, abundance. He has everything he needs and more, and even right now he does, in terms of material possessions. 2 Ace of Pentacles. He is getting some help, like I said, like commissary and conversation. That's important too. Correspondence is coming to me. Visitors. If you want to visit Nicholas, now would be the time. I don't know if you're anywhere near Chillicothe. I think that's where he is, which is also a problem for his mom. You know, she couldn't travel to see him, and she blames herself, and it's not her fault. You know, she did the best she could as a mother, and it's just so sad. My heart chakra is all feeling sad right now. So let's you know, we're working on this, and so Mrs. Godejohn, please, you know, be at peace and ease. It's not your fault. Whose fault is it? I don't want to place blame anywhere when I don't 100% know. I have my ideas, but that's what we'll do. We'll do more readings and we will find out the truth. And in the meantime, I support Nicholas. I've been following this case since it came out. I don't remember what year, but might have been 2012, 2014, maybe? I'd have to look it up. But basically, since the beginning, I followed this case. I watch other mediums who channel messages about from DeeDee or Nicholas's mother, and I end up channeling the channeled messages from the other mediums that I believe and follow. So yeah, a period of frustration, lessons to be learned, right? So it's right above the Seven of Pentacles. So that's correct. The dagger, fears, worry, tense situations. Yeah, it is for him. He's in jail for life. And he does have a family, emotionally secure. And he is emotionally unstable because of autism and the stress. And holding on to that secret for Gypsy Rose Blanchard, you know, you're only as sick as your secrets. And the people around Nicholas are emotionally secure. He looks at them as like family. And, you know, they are there for him. He just has to take action and let the sun shine in. It's a scary thing, you know. Like I said, I saw him outside the jail. The giant gate is going closed behind him. He's on the side of society. He's free, but he's bent over. He's stooped over like an old man. And he's just like clutching a paper bag. I don't know what's in it, you know. So, but ultimately, the sun's going to come in. So on that note, I'm going to end this reading. I think that's all the messages I'm getting. Let's see for a moment. Nicholas Godejohn. Yeah, so there are no more messages coming through about him. So we're going to leave him at peace right now. I wish you well. I wish you blessings and love and happiness. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.